Greetings, it's good to have you with us today. In the epistle for last week, the Apostle Paul tells us in Philippians chapter 4, he says, "Do not be anxious about anything." I was thinking that's a pretty bold statement, especially in the time that we're in. It feels like we're anxious about absolutely everything. And we're bothered by the political climate, we're bothered by our schoolwork, we're bothered by our family situations, you name it, we're bothered by it. And anxiety, it seems like it's not going down, it seems like it's on the rise no matter what we try to do. We just keep getting more anxious as a society and as individuals. Paul's solution to this anxiety, it's based on turning your thoughts away from those things that are troubling you. I know, easier said than done, but he tells us to really reflect on what God has done. So put those things that we're anxious about, put them up next to what God has done and what God does. So let me read this for you. It says, the passage starts out like this: "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice." So he says rejoice in the Lord twice before he mentions the anxiety. He sets you up to be thinking of why we are thankful for what God has done. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I'll say rejoice. He says, let your reasonableness be known to everyone. The Lord is at hand. So put those together. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. The Lord is at hand. Then he says, do not be anxious about anything. Why? Because the Lord is at hand. He's right there with me. It's like David said in the Psalm, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil." Why? For thou art with me. In other words, the Lord is at hand. And he says, in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. In other words, you have to deal with the things that you're anxious about. But in your requests to God about those things, don't forget to mention all the things that you're thankful for that God has done. Yes, Lord, I know you washed my sins away in baptism. Yes, Lord Jesus, you have given me your very body and blood in the supper for the forgiveness of my sins. There's nothing that stands against me. But Lord, this is bothering me right now, the things I'm going through. He says, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Well, Jesus is true. He is honorable. He is just. He is pure. He is lovely. He is excellent. He is worthy of praise. You can't ignore those things that you're anxious about. But maybe if we try to put them in perspective, up against and next to the Lord who is at my side, who is with me, who is at hand. And then those things fail in comparison. I pray God's blessings to you, and I pray that you hold those anxieties captive and put them up against your crucified and risen Lord. I'm not saying that you won't have to deal with them, but I am saying it may give you some perspective on them. God's peace be with you, and we'll see you next week.